Hey, this is Brian Holland. You might know me from such great films as Clerks, Vulgar, Mallrats, Brutal Massacre, and you're listening to Beer, Bros, and BS.
Welcome to episode 28 of Beer, Bros, and BS. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian. Tonight, guys sitting around the table with me are
Jose,
Alex,
and Daniel.
So as always, got a bunch of good beer. First beer we're going to have tonight is brought to us by...
It's by me, Alex. I got a Stone Chocovesa out of Escondido, California.
What'd you bring, Jose?
I brought the Humidor Series Smoked English Imperial Stout.
I brought Dragon's Milk by New Holland.
Nice. And I brought the Bourbon Barrel Aged Zmice Baltic Porter from J. Wakefield Brewing.
So since we're starting with your beer, Alex, why don't you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so this is actually, it was originally supposed to be a collaboration, I believe, in 2014 with a home brewer whose recipe was selected. It's supposed to be like a take on Mexican hot chocolate. It's about 50 IBUs, I believe. They used English hops, which typically have a more earthy, spicy profile, I guess, to complement the use of spices in it. It has it's a stout brewed with cocoa, coffee, peppers, vanilla, cinnamon, and nutmeg. The full name is Stone Chocovesa for the holidays and New Year.
It's good. I can definitely taste the pepper in it. It's not overpowering, but it's not a spice. It's a pretty good flavor.
Yeah, man, I love this beer, dude.
Yeah, it's
good
fantastic.
Vanilla. Got the nutmeg at the end.
Yeah.
Back end.
Yeah, I like the
Definitely.
vanilla chocolate.
The vanilla is phenomenal.
It is really good. You get the little tingle from like the spice, but then you get that like vanilla and chocolate's kind of like sweetness to mellow it out. It's really good, man.
Yeah, and it's a milk stout, so you have the lactose. It gives you kind of that slick mouth feel.
But it's not overpowering chocolatey. It doesn't. I mean, there is. You can definitely taste it, but
Yeah, there's like a little, like, you know, quick, like when you eat quick like that, it's like just the cocoa, like straight chocolate sweetness.
So as always, how we like to start the show by a little round of Would You Rather.
All right, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Let's see.
Lay it on us, man.
This is random one. Would you rather have a dragon or be a dragon? Dan.
I would rather have a dragon because then I can ride around on it and,
But there is a possibility that your dragon will kill you.
Well, I mean, I would train it to, be loyal to me. And,
So how do you train your dragon?
I watch those movies. But, I don't know. I would like to have one and ride around on its back and fly around.
What kind of dragon are you envisioning?
Fire, ice, earth.
I'm thinking more like a Japanese one,
like
or like a winged one.
Yeah, like a winged one that flies around.
Because without wings, we're just talking about dinosaurs.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, no, like the dragon from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing is badass.
No, it's not like a Godzilla looking thing. More like a
Game of Thrones dragon.
Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, kind of like flying around type of thing.
Although with the Dragon Ball Z one, you get to have the Powerballs.
Yeah, well,
And then you can ask for a wish, and you can have more things than just dragons.
more things than just dragons.
I want more, damn it!
So what would you do, Jose?
Could I change back and forth from a dragon, or do I have to stay in
No.
dragon form?
You either have a dragon, you are the Jose of dragons.
Fuck.
Just like your father of kittens, you'd be father of dragons. Or you are a dragon. And you're just 100% of the time dragon. Looks like Jose is flying over 836 now. Stay out of his way.
Dude, I can set the 836 on fire if I want.
You could. Unless they had like a silver arrow, you're straight.
Fuck that out. I'd rather just have a dragon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with have a dragon because I think being a dragon would be terribly lonely. What a miserable existence to be the only fucking dragon in the world.
Yeah.
I would own it. I would be a dragon. I absolutely would do that. Be like, you know what? I don't like my neighbors.
Would you have neighbors if you were a dragon? Who wants to live next to a dragon?
Who's gonna rob? Who's gonna rob anything in that street?
Yeah.
It's like oh, this is a safe neighborhood. There's cops that live on this street.
Oh, so you basically be the dragon from Lord of the Rings, right? The
Smog.
Smog.
Yeah,
Oh, well, no,
Yeah, you would
that was
just-
a smart dragon. Talking
Yeah.
dragons.
I'd be there and like, I'd have all this gold. Like, come on, dwarfs, try and take it. I dare you.
Except you'd have all this beer, like just stashed
Yeah,
away.
just that hordes of beer.
Or like just like waterfall of beer and like gold everywhere.
That's awesome.
Liquid gold, that is.
Yeah, liquid gold.
Velveeta.
Yeah, right.
And Velveeta.
I was thinking that. I want some mac and cheese.
Oh, man.
Okay, so you're in Dragon Ball Z, so we're kind of talking about that kind of fictional stuff. Because dragons, we all know, are very real. Would you rather have a working lightsaber or a Pokemon of your choosing? Dan.
Oh, wow. That's a tough one, dude. Lightsaber. I just think, if I had the only real one, that I would be able to just wreck shit worldwide.
I would have Mewtwo, a Pokemon, and he would use his psychic powers on you, and you'd give it to me. And now you're
Jedi mind trick.
Yeah, I think you're shit out of luck then.
Then,
You're not a Jedi. You have a lightsaber. It's like a fucking axe or some shit.
It's a pretty badass axe, though.
Yeah, it is.
But you could get any Pokemon of your choosing. And frankly, I only know the first 150, so I don't even know what I'm choosing from at this point.
Any from the show then.
You could have Mudkips.
Everyone's seen that show
What if
before.
you end up a mud with a mud?
Mudkip.
A fucking Diglett.
You'd end up with Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Or, I mean, if you had that,
Carry
you
your
know.
insomnia.
Yeah. You know how rich you'd be?
Yeah.
Drug free. Just listen to my recording. Think about that. Tons of money. You'd sell that lightsaber for $1 million.
not $1 million. If it was the only real one, that was.
You wouldn't sell it for $1 million. I said, cold hard cash right now, $1 million.
Nah, man, it would be worth more than that.
I would probably injure myself if I owned the lightsaber.
$10 million. You would do it for $10 million.
As opposed to not injuring yourself by opening one of these dangerous ass Pokemons.
Well, I mean, I'm also kind of concerned about the whole Pokemon thing. Like, animal rights activists will probably get on my ass about keeping it in a small ass ball and shit.
I mean, he had like a Pikachu. Man, fuck that shit. I'm going off the grid. Fuck you, FPL. Fuck you, FPL.
That's my fucking generator.
Who wants to join me? I'm gonna feed Pikachu
Every
a
day.
lot. You know, I need your output big.
Yeah, every
Fat,
15
fat
minutes.
Pikachu.
We're powering the block. Papa's gonna buy himself a lightsaber off of this,
Fat Pikachu.
or Pikachu would just murder you.
It's possible.
Pikachu, kill him. Like Pikachu. I have to explain that to him.
Yeah.
But
No, I know what you're talking about.
question: was Pikachu a boy or a girl?
Yes.
Evade.
It is either a boy or a
Dan
girl.
evades the question. Doot, 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 doot.
It is
It's super
either a boy
effective.
or a girl. Yes. I don't think they have gender, do they?
They didn't
No, they did.
originally.
They did,
Then they assigned them gender later.
Really?
like, remember Nidoran? Like,
Well,
it
that
had
was
the
one of
male
the-
and
yeah.
female.
That was the first one to have gender.
Damn, I deleted something I should have deleted right now. Okay. Would you rather give up bacon forever or beer forever?
Oh, bacon, man.
Bacon. Yeah.
Bacon.
There's no
I-
winner of that.
Yeah. Bacon.
Because if we gave up beer forever, we wouldn't have this fucking show.
Bacon.
know.
No.
I'm pretty sure I could.
Bacon
I could
Bros
come up,
and BS.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I could come over the show Bacon Bros and BS.
That's true. If it
We
doesn't
just-
exist, it's
we
already.
just
we should-
crackle up, fry some
You know what,
different
man?
bacon.
If that doesn't exist,
Thick
already,
slice,
we should,
thin slice, Canadian, regular American,
Then we have the
British,
different
Canadian.
Oscar
oh my
Myers, thick cut,
We
thin
should,
cut.
we should buy that domain.
Bacon Bros.
Bacon
Bacon
Bros
Bros
and
and BS.
Feel free to buy that right now before I post this tomorrow.
Okay.
And it should cost you maybe $19 for a year,
Okay.
if not cheaper,
Okay.
and then just direct it to
Beer Bros BS.
yeah. So by the time you're listening to us, tough luck. You can also find us at baconbrosbs.com. Damn. I should probably also get all those handles too. Okay, this one fucks with my head. Would you take $1 million up front or flip a coin for a chance to win $1 billion?
Flip a coin. Because I never had it to begin with, man. And if I win big.
Yeah, but that $1 million, could take care of a lot of issues right now. You couldn't retire off that.
Yeah, it's not what it used to be. Am I right?
Yeah.
But,
I'll have $1 million.
But still,
Okay.
$1 million off the top of the bat, whatever you want to do with it, just blow it in a month. You won't miss it. You never had it. But you flip a coin, 50% chance to get a fucking $1 billion.
I like my odds.
Choose tails.
I would play the odds, man. I would flip the coin.
Choose tails. The head side is heavier than the tail side. If it's a quarter.
So what would you? No, this is a perfect coin. You have a perfect 50% chance.
Are you calling it? Like you're calling it in the air?
Yeah.
So what do you call?
In a vacuum.
What do you call? Do you call heads or tails? I like heads.
Do you call beer or do you call bacon?
This is the coin? It's beer and bacon?
Beer and bacon.
Oh, man. I'm going to have no fear with beer.
Jose's lost.
I know. I'm just like...
He's like, I have no idea what you're fucking talking about. We only had one beer tonight.
No, I'm trying to choose between what... I don't know. It's the same thing. And anyways, it's a 50% chance.
Okay, then. Since, Dan likes his lightsaber, would you rather have the Force, ability to use the Force, or have a fully functioning lightsaber?
The Force, dude. Easily.
Yeah, I'll take the Force.
The Force, but which side?
Doesn't matter.
Well,
Little
actually,
it
from
does
column A,
matter.
Little from column A, little from column B.
Yeah.
I don't think you can have
Yeah,
both
they do.
at the
They
same
told,
time.
You told the line, man.
Once you go to the dark side, you don't come back.
Hey,
Oh, that's a Vader.
Darth Vader came back.
Did he really come back, though? He just...
Yo, I have...
Return of the Jedi.
He
is-
just made sure that, his boss didn't kill his son.
I mean,
That's all that he did. He
Return
didn't
of
turn
the
good.
Jedi
He was just
is-
protecting his son, who he already tried to get his son to overthrow the Emperor. So let's not say that he turned good.
I think he turns good, man. Return of the Jedi is talking about the return of Vader to Anakin. So
Is it? Or is it just the return that there are? Because they said that
it's not like
until
Luke is returning
well,
to something.
Well, Yoda. Well, it's the return of the Jedi that there are now Jedi. Yoda told Luke that he would be a Jedi once he faces Vader. You're not.
I don't see.
You're
it
not
that
a
way.
Well,
Jedi yet.
I can see that because
Jedi.
the
you think you
plural
are?
Jedi is plural for Jedi.
Yeah,
Like
you're
it's
right.
Moose,
It's the
like
same.
moose.
Yeah,
Fish.
I think.
it's.
I think. I always thought it was Luke. That how he becomes a Jedi and the Jedi have returned.
I always saw it as Vader going back to Anakin, being that Jedi is returning.
Look, he tried to get Anakin to, Luke to join him to
Yeah,
overthrow the Emperor.
because if they
Join
care
me
of
and
the-
we can rule the galaxy together.
yeah, exactly, they took care of the Emperor and that's it. Like they basically ruled the galaxy. Like they just
As father and son. He didn't say anything about being good then. He said, just join me and we can rule together. It doesn't matter what we're doing. We're just together. And then, when he says no, then they fight. But then the Emperor tries to kill him and he's like, I'm not going to let you kill my son. That's not mean he's good. He's just being a decent father.
I
Which
think
is
that's
more than he had been up until that point.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean he's good, just making sure someone doesn't kill your son.
yeah, but if you're on the dark side, you don't give a fuck about families. Like, I mean, look at how many people have killed family members in Star Wars. It's past
To an extent.
yeah.
But if you're
You've already
trying to take over your, that's what they do. They use, whenever an apprentice gets strong enough, they get their own apprentice and they try and kill their master so that the apprentice becomes a master, and that's the cycle.
I don't know, man. Like, I guess it could go either way. Whatever. Fuck it.
So which would you be?
I would be. I would use the dark side because I like shooting lightning.
But not everyone in the dark side can do that.
Yeah, well, I would. That would be like my main thing. Lightning and choking.
you go down to 826, you will move.
Okay, then let me ask you guys: would you rather break your pinky toe or your phone's screen? Last one of the night.
Toe.
Ooh.
Fuck that pinky toe, bro. I'd rather cut it off, to be honest, sometimes. I actually banged that shit the other day on my mini fridge, and it still hurts.
Fuck. You might have actually broken it.
Yeah.
I don't know, how bad is the break on the phone screen?
You have to have it replaced. It's shattered.
I would probably do
Somebody comes in with a hammer and they're like, it's your pinky or your phone.
Yeah. You owe money to a loan shark, and it's like, hey man, I'm gonna tell you something right now. We're gonna break something. Your fucking phone screen or your fucking pinky toe. You be the boss right there.
Oh, dude, do the phone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Shit
say.
would hurt like fucking hell. So.
I'll be like, fuck that. I've already replaced the phone screen once.
Yeah.
Gotta be thankful, man.
I broke my iPhone 6 screen about a month after I got it last and I had it replaced. I broke it Thanksgiving night and had it replaced on Black Friday. I went to the mall. And I was like, I got to do this. I can't deal with it. Unlocking my phone, I was chipping my finger, cutting my finger, drawing blood and shit.
It's fucked up.
That's rough.
But I'd rather just pay the money, just throw cash at it, and problem solve.
Yeah.
Aside from that, if you break your pinky, you're going to still have to pay money to the doctor and to get that
I don't
shit.
really think
Your
they can do
toes?
much.
No.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
always.
much about
They
your
don't
broken
do
toe.
can't
too
do
much.
much. Yeah.
I've broken
no.
a toe before, and all they do is tape it up and keep it immobilized.
As best as you can. Yeah.
They just tell you, try to not walk around so much and shit.
You might get a boot.
And try not to break it, damn it.
Again. You want to say something? Or?
Oh, no. Yeah, you might get a boot.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
might get a boot
That's
if
true.
you got the insurance for it.
Yeah, man, that is true. So, it looks like we're about to be pouring out the next beer. This is the Humidor. Who brought this one?
Yeah, I brought the humidor. It's the Cigar City's humidor series. So I've been holding on to this for about 3 years in the closet.
Yeah, you were in the closet for
Phrasing.
So I've been vintaging this in the closet for 3 years.
Is that what they call it now?
Was it trapped in the closet?
Yeah, it's now out of the closet
Along with you?
and into our glass.
It's your ass? What?
Into our glass.
I have to admit, I really love the way it pours.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could see it.
It's almost like a pink.
Yeah, the
It's
color
a
of the...
very deep mocha head.
Yeah, the colors are really cool on that.
Like a cherry.
And the nose is pretty good.
Yeah, damn. That is good.
So it's been brewed in Spanish cedar barrels, and it has a smoked malt. So the reason why I decided to vintage it a little bit is because smoked malts actually do preserve the beers. Like the Alaskan Porter, the Alaskan Smoked Porter is one of the beers that people vintage because it actually does improve with age. So I was interested in seeing if this improves with age.
So this is a 2012 vintage?
2013.
2013.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
we are in 2016.
That is awesome.
It's the cedar gives it an almost a bitter back end to me. And it's almost like it's two different beers you're tasting.
Oh wow, yeah, the cedar is very strong.
Super strong.
Really get a lot of cedar.
What's
I like
the
it.
ABV on this? I'm not sure if I'm tasting the alcohol or the cedar.
It's got a little booziness up front,
Yeah.
but it goes away quick for
Yeah.
me. Put it around your palate a little bit.
It's interesting.
The
I
cedar
like
is
it.
very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually not a big fan of cedar flavorings too much. I don't love that.
But it's almost like it's almost a creamier version of the humidor, like the IPA.
Yeah, man, it's cool. I dig it. It's got a uniqueness, a good quality that you can't really find in too many other brews.
It's definitely, I mean, that wood flavor is really, really potent.
11. It's 11 ABV.
Nice.
So I'll start with the hodgepodge topic of the night. Don't know if you guys heard about this, but there's an actual, I didn't hear about it, and this was sent to my friend Jonathan Francis, longtime friend. about auto-brewery syndrome. And it's something that happens when your body has too much yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae.
Yeah, that's beer yeast.
Yeah, brewer's yeast.
Brewer's yeast.
And somehow your stomach gets it from different things, and it doesn't go through your body. It stays in there, and it just produces alcohol. And what happened is there was this lady, and it can actually get your BAC up to about 0.3 and 0.4.
Jesus.
That's heavy duty.
Yeah, your most state limits are 0.08. So this is, almost, triple, quadruple that, 5 times that. And it was they first found about this in 1912. They called it germ carbohydrate fermentation. In 2014, there was this lady. She met her husband for food and drinks. She said that she consumed 4 drinks between noon and 6 p.m. She got a flat tire. She was going home. She got a flat tire, but she just kept driving. She's like, I'm just going to get to where I got to get, and I can fix it. Somebody else saw her driving like that, said, called the police and said that she had an accident. The police stopped her, and they thought she was acting a little weird, and so they gave her a blood alcohol test, and it came in at she blew a 0.40.
Jesus Christ.
So their policies is when anything happens like that, when it's ever that big, immediately take them to the hospital, because most people would be comatose or near dying, and the hospital tried to release her because they're like, she's not exhibiting any signs of being that drunk. So either the test was bad or there's something weird. So then they waited, and they waited hours and hours after her last drink, and she blew a 0.3. And they say it takes about an hour for a drink to get out of your system. So to be that high, to only have 0.10 be gone after hours are gone. So her husband kept her in the hospital and hired 2 physician assistants to run tests. And over a 12-hour time, at 9:15, what was it? Her waking up, her BAC was double the limit. At 6 p.m., it was triple the limit. And at 8:30 at night, her BAC was 4 times the legal limit.
That's crazy.
And not until her BAC gets that high does she actually feel drunk or anything or start acting weird. So all the way up until then, she can act perfectly fine.
Wow.
Which they're not even sure how you can do that.
Tolerance.
To an extent. I mean, that would kill most people or put you in the hospital, and she can easily function her life.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about what people with this syndrome, what their livers go through. I mean, I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, I think they said there's about 30 known people diagnosed with it. And as this article came out, it was in CNN, more and more people are coming out, having similar, reactions. They tried to give her a DUI for this, but she, fought back, they're fighting back, and the judge threw it out because she didn't drink, so it's not really her fault. And I think like the DAs were going to try and appeal that and go after them again, but it's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I mean, the yeast is just in there metabolizing the sugars that you eat, so you just
in
eat
your
anything.
bloodstream, like.
But
it's in your digestive tract.
Yeah, but not even that. It's not only the sugars, it's also the yeast. It's the yeast that does it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like the yeast is metabolizing the sugars that you're eating. Yeah, and getting you drunk. You have like a big breakfast and
you're
drunk at work.
That's crazy. Wow.
Or just another Thursday for Dan.
Yeah, well,
What about you, Dan? What topic did you bring?
Yeah, I got a list of some funny, random, dumb laws that pertain to the state of Florida only, because as Dave usually does his Florida man topics from time to time, I figured this would be a sort of addendum to go along with that. So I saw some funny, dumb laws for the state of Florida. Like, for instance, the state constitution, of course, allows for freedom of speech and a trial by jury. And it also states that pregnant pigs cannot be confined in cages. It also says that.
These are current or
Yes, these are current. It says that this is
Enforceable?
apparently. It says that this is not really funny, just kind of interesting that the doors of all public buildings must open outwards.
Yeah, that's a hurricane thing.
Yeah, okay, I thought that was interesting.
Because when a hurricane comes, it can't blow your door in.
Okay, yeah, that actually makes sense. Okay.
isn't it also a fire thing? Because if there's a fire inside the building, you have to escape. So it's better to have it go out than
I guess
going
I
in.
guess it just sort of makes sense. But
Dean's like, oh,
But
fuck
the
you
fa-
guys.
no,
You know
no,
what? It was interesting to me.
logistically, it makes sense. But the fact that it's like law is kind of weird.
Well, because you know there'd be some asshole that's like,
Yeah.
that would
Right,
make the
just a
doors the
regulated
wrong way.
industry. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
Make it
that's
as
true.
cheap as
That's true.
possible.
Oral sex is illegal in the state of Florida.
Is or was?
That's not true anymore.
I
is
think
it?
they might have.
Yeah, because
you
I mean,
know,
Bang Bros
changed
would
that.
be in deep shit if
Yeah,
that were true.
I'm pretty sure they changed that. There's a special law out there that prohibits unmarried women from parachuting on Sundays. so
So obviously the parachuting lobby is not as strong in Florida as you'd think.
yeah, right. I don't know. I thought that was kind of odd.
No exchanging nuptials on the way down.
Apparently, if an elephant is left tied to a parking meter, you still have to pay the parking fee as you would if it was a vehicle.
Well, that one I don't think is so strange. Because where do you think the clown circus is? The clown college and all that. The
It
Ringling
is
Brothers.
in Florida.
It's in northern Florida.
Yeah.
Also in Miami, I believe it was the Burdines guy or whatever. We used to have like we on Key Biscayne we used to have a zoo.
Long time
Yeah,
ago.
a long time. No, wait, I'm getting my stories mixed up.
Was
Collins, I believe Collins, the guy that helped found Miami Beach, he had. No, okay, so it's Fisher. All right, you guys in Fisher Island?
Mhm.
Yeah, bro.
All right. That guy, he was like a mogul in Indiana. Like he played a big part in
Yeah.
in the
Was it
in
steel?
the-
Steel or something?
I think it was tires. It was like rubber and tires.
Yeah, oh, with the racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then he brought it down here, and like one of the things he did for promotion was that he had an elephant, and then he donated the elephant to that zoo that we had on Key Biscayne.
What was the book? Was it? You read that in that book?
No, this is I want to say it's from Biscayne Tales.
Because he also owned like the Indianapolis Speedway.
Yeah. He was like part owner of it, I think, or something. Like he made his
Like,
money.
that's like he started it.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
did not know that. Wow.
Yeah, that's how he made his fortune, and then he brought it down here.
And now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Do-do-do-do.
And another one that I thought was kind of funny is that men may not be seen publicly in any kind of strapless gown. I thought that was
I support that.
Well,
was
there is Miami Beach.
yeah. I don't know how they can
Actually,
enforce that.
Yeah, well, wait.
I mean, I've seen you in a strapless gown, Jose.
Shh.
Yeah, but that wasn't in public, was it?
Was it?
Technically, I don't know. Is my driveway public?
I just love the way you strut.
That's awesome. And one of the last ones I'll give you guys. It is apparently illegal to sing in a public place while dressed in a swimsuit. I don't really fucking believe that, but that's what it says on this website.
So no karaoke bars on the beach, huh?
I guess you can't do it if you're well, it's not really public if you're inside the bar. I don't know, but
Well, I mean, literally on the beach.
yeah, I don't know, bro. That seems kind of fucked up, and I'm not sure how they can really enforce that. But you know,
Lifeguards can write tickets.
I didn't know that.
are you serious?
Yeah, underage drinkers, bottles.
Really?
Yeah,
No shit.
and the beaches, police always very
Well,
very
there's
near.
police everywhere.
I mean, they're very close.
a lifeguard can do that? I didn't know that. Wow. Whatever. Okay.
The meter maid can.
Well, no shit, yeah. Okay, whatever. I don't know. So that's basically it. I just saw a couple of these and felt like sharing.
So, Jose, what topic do you have for us tonight?
Topic I have for us tonight is, I don't know if you read on the news, but the Powerball, it's at $700 million.
Beer Bros and BS is currently taking odds and numbers. So if you have any numbers you want us to play for you, and you do send us some numbers and we do win, we will shoot you back a little half percentage of that.
Do any of you partake in like a lottery pool at work or anything?
Yeah, I do.
I haven't. I just started this new job, and they haven't mentioned any of that shit to me yet. But I'm sure some people there are going to do it.
Yeah, I definitely, well, my current job, I do it every now and then with them, but I feel it'd be much easier if I just went by myself. You know, break off some people would be easier than having to, you know, who has a ticket?
Yeah, that's always kind of iffy, right?
You know, let's all sign this in front of a camera that we all partake in this, and this belongs to everybody, and will be split evenly.
Yeah, I don't know. I plan on just getting a couple for myself. I don't really like to share.
That's selfish.
It is, but fuck you.
I mean, we calculated out. After we take away 40% of the 700 million,
I thought it was 33.3%.
it's 33. Well, okay.
Yeah, it's like 30.
Well, we put 40, like taking away 40% and dividing it between like 15 people, it's still like $28 million.
That's not enough. I don't even want to play. Just kidding.
Divided by how
Yeah.
many people?
15.
15? 28 million for 15 people?
That's ridiculous. Oh my God. By the way, I'm sorry to cut you off, man, but this just reminded me
It's
of
half a
something
billion
amazing.
dollars.
I saw this video online earlier this morning. There was the, you know, people lining up in crazy long lines, basically around the country, buying lotto tickets, and I believe there was a Fox News affiliate in Las Vegas, I think, that interviewed some random dude at a grocery store buying some Powerball tickets, and they're like, "Yeah, you know, what are you gonna do? You know, if you win all this money?" And like, without missing a fucking beat, this guy goes on the live news. Oh yeah, man, I'm gonna do a bunch of strippers and cocaine. And I swear to God, dude, like,
At least he's honest.
like on live news, just like nothing. And it was the best shit I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Well, Jose and I are laughing right now because I tried to pour him his next beer.
And he poured the previous one. I was just
poured
like,
the
I'm
previous
looking
one.
at him like, yeah, that's the same beer you wanted me to kill off the bottle. I'm like, okay. But
Yeah, trying to be a nice guy. So what would you do, Dan, if you had that kind of money?
I just said.
I want to hear you say. I don't want it to be assumed I said anything for you.
The same.
You would
thing-
build a theme park with strippers and cocaine.
Probably.
what would it be called?
Would you? How much of your money would you spend to lobby cocaine to be legal?
No, I wouldn't do that. Honestly,
Well, why not? Well,
No,
I mean, you have that much money. Fuck that, yeah.
I mean, you could be your own lobby.
to be honest, man, I don't know, man. That's so much fucking money that I probably would just like go around the world, you know,
Doing
see-
cocaine and blow and cocaine.
You know, basically, I will
Doing
rate,
cocaine
I'll
and
rate,
blowing strippers? Is that what, is that
rate
what
all
you're gonna say?
the
What kind of strippers you blow?
blowing strippers.
No.
Shit.
blowing through cocaine and doing strippers.
Yeah, you know, basically just see the different qualities throughout the different countries around the world of such products.
Cocaine or strippers?
All of the above. Yes. God damn, we went off the rails. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get back in line here. Man.
So
Oh, doo-doo-ts. Back in line.
Yeah. buddy.
keep your nose up, Dan. Come on.
Oh my god.
And that's all the cocaine references we have. So what about you, Alex?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
What'd you do with that money?
What would I do with that money? I would probably buy a fucking penthouse downtown and be bankrupt within like a year.
Broke.
Yeah.
I would A, pay my debt, B, open a strip club, C, right behind it, open a brewery.
Beer and broads.
Yeah.
That's not a terrible.
BS.
So you would be,
.com.
you would be Rittner.
I'd own your domain,
No,
bitch.
except I would have the brewery inside the strip club.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
like the tasting
Red
area.
Nerd-
See the tasting room?
Yeah.
Is that next to the VIP room?
I mean, Red Deer Enterprises have Mons Venus and Cigar City.
Yeah, exactly. But they don't put the two together exactly.
What kind of yeast do you use?
They should.
They should have like Cigar City night at Mons Venus.
Yeah, exactly. Like, or have
or have Mons Venus night at Cigar City.
Yeah, that's even better. Yeah.
But they don't have alcohol there, no.
No,
you
the
don't
thing
have
is that
alcohol
at Mons
Mons.
Venus you can't serve alcohol inside. You can like drink it outside in their
Yeah,
parking lot, but you
yeah.
can't go inside with it. It's
fucking
Tampa.
retarded.
Oh no, the only way you
could-
can is if they are not full nudity.
Yeah, I know, but who the hell
But
wants
since
to go there?
yeah, exactly.
See, if I had that money, I'd over about $500 million. Obviously, I'd take care of my family and my friends and give a little money to the church because, I'm a good guy. And then I would go and do some crazy shit. Like, I read a book by David Cross. And he's like, I'd play God. It's like, you heard about like the horny-tailed frog? No? That's because I killed it. I killed every single one of them. I made a species extinct. I got rid of all of them. I go do some crazy shit. It's like my family would love to win the lottery, but they don't want me to win the lottery because I would go out crazy. It's like, yeah, of course I'd have a penthouse downtown. I'd have one in, London and one in New York and Chicago and every other city I can think of. Yeah. Then I'd have a yacht to take me there. And if like my yacht can't make it there, we'll have some whores just carry me off. I wouldn't buy a car. I would just buy enough of them just to carry me around.
Basically, we'll all be fucking Dan Bilzerian.
They would
But
feed
less
me.
douchey.
Yeah, fuck that guy, but he does
Oh,
have
we-
an awesome life.
Yeah, he does. He like fucks every Insta broad.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Be Jabba the Hutt, just be like get Insta brought on
Hookah,
chain.
dookie, solo.
Oh.
Solo con coco. I'd hire Dan just to do that laugh. Dan, you have an annual salary of $10 million. And he's like, holy shit.
I would do that shit the best. If I'm getting paid that much, I'll make sure I fucking nail it every time.
So we're on our third beer of the night.
Only.
This is brought to us by Dan.
No, is
No?
it? Yeah.
Mice?
Most definitely is.
It is. And, yeah.
Wow.
I did not do this.
Yeah.
No such
Fuck,
thing.
Dude, I am so disorganized. Oh, yeah, this is the Mice Baltic Style Porter that is aged in bourbon barrels. And it is a 10% ABV from J. Wakefield Brewing from right here in Miami. And it's their regular Baltic Porter aged for, I think, 10, 12 months in bourbon barrels. And, it's part of the OG Society of the J. Wakefield Brewery, which is, their VIP membership club kind of deal. And, this
So
was
it's like a founders club, right? You had to
basically,
donate in the beginning.
It was a donation that was literally like 2 or 3 years before the fucking place even opened.
Yeah.
And, I was getting a little worried about it for a while because I'm like, dude, I threw down like, I think 300 or something and I haven't heard shit. And then they got in contact with everybody a little bit after and more than, made it worth it. Like,
This is a really nice beer,
yeah,
man.
dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, I remember
This
my
is
friends
probably-
were starting to worry because it was even before they actually had the place like a brewery and he would like everything was up in the air and like
Yeah.
even he was worried for a little bit like
yeah, man.
The
but-
thirst is real.
Dude, it worked
And-
out. It worked
but it
out.
worked out
so
and-
much better than I expected it to.
yeah.
And yeah, I love everybody there. It's
So what do you
awesome
guys think of the beer?
spot. This beer is really good, dude.
I'd have to
Very
say,
bourbony.
this is
Nice bourbon. Any idea what kind of barrel?
I'm not sure, but it's fucking good.
It is really fucking
it is a very sweet bourbon.
Yeah.
Which usually cuts away at that Baltic porter
The
style.
roastiness.
Yeah, which just goes perfect with this. There's a little bit, the sweetness goes with the booziness. It's like they complement each themselves. So it's not like you taste it and you're like, oh man, this is going to be strong. It's like, wow, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
And that aftertaste,
So nice.
so nice, so smooth.
Yeah. Big notes of vanilla. Big notes of vanilla.
What do you think,
and
Dan?
oak.
I really like it, man. It's definitely a sweeter bourbon flavor, like you guys were saying, and it's a smooth, honestly, easy to drink barrel aged porter. You hear barrel aged and you think, oh, it's gonna be real strong or kind of like tough to hard to swallow, or whatever. But it goes down real smooth, man. It's
It's the kind of flavor bomb that you come to expect from the people at Wakefield. It's really full of
you're
flavor,
right, dude. You're absolutely right. I mean,
but
honestly,
not overpowering. It's not overpowering.
It's not at
very
all.
rich.
It's not too powerful for a 10%er. It's really
It drinks under
really
its weight.
good. It does. It feels a lot lighter than it is.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Man.
It's just so smooth.
It almost reminds me of like drinking like a Malta soda,
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
With a little leche condensada.
Yeah, of course, bro. It's good, man. I like it a lot.
So, Alex, what topic you have for us?
Well, so my cousin sent me an article yesterday about something like 10 things that the beer industry doesn't want you to know about. And one of the things that it points out is
Where they get their yeast?
some brewers may not want.
Well, it's not yeast; it's bacteria. But carry on.
Well, among those facts were that beer drinking in the U.S. is declining. But while the number of drinkers is declining, the number of craft beer drinkers is on the rise. And then another thing that has actually been in the news for a while has been a looming hop shortage that's been talked about, at length in several news outlets and stuff. Seems to be flying under the radar, but given, certain weather patterns and the higher demand for hops because of the use of different hop varieties in craft beer, something I don't want to be a fear monger, but
So we're gonna run out of Cascade eventually.
yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Well, didn't I
Citra.
hear
Yeah.
that Stone or what brewery, like, we're not making this one beer anymore because we just don't have the hops for it. The demand's just too hard to get it right now.
Seriously, I didn't know that.
I can't remember who it was.
I mean, I know Galaxy is already pretty hard to get because one, you have to ship it from New Zealand. So
And
that's-
he's talking about New Zealand, the Galaxy.
yeah.
You should have seen the way he just squinted his eyes at me like, shut the fuck up.
I was like, I'm wrapping my head around that. No.
He was like, oh, I see, it was a joke. Shut up.
But this is interesting too because this is at the same time there's more and more hop varieties coming onto the scene. So it's really this kind of strange, counterintuitive situation.
Well, the
where-
thing is that hops don't grow everywhere. Like, you can't grow it down here in South Florida because
Right.
it's too warm. So,
We can grow anything here in South Florida.
well, you could grow anything indoors, can't
well,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, this is South Florida.
You go
Well-
hydroponic, yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's the region, the plant regions, because you break up the country into different regions.
Yeah.
So they have like different numberings for the regions depending on what the climate is. And the best one for beer hops is in North Carolina, like along North Carolina.
Yeah, yeah.
Like where Asheville-
basically in the middle of the country.
Yeah, in the middle of the country. So it's a very thin portion of the country that can
Does it-
is
Well, the best-
optimized.
Well, the best place would be Munich or Bavaria. All Hallertau.
Where was it? Hallertau, check the, what was it? Hallertau, there's the Pilsner, the one that they usually put into Pilsner.
I forget their names.
Saz?
The Saz, there we go.
I mean, those are some of the best and
Noble hops.
noble.
Yeah, Noble.
That's right.
But
And it's
those are
all in one area.
those are actually the ones that they use for Miller Lite, Coors, and Budweiser. It's Saz and most of the Noble ones.
Right. So right now, hop farmers are actually growing hops is already incredibly labor intensive and difficult, and now they have to grow a bunch of variety of hops too. So that complicates things even further.
Damn.
Like I said, it's a really interesting, very deep and complex subject.
Yeah, man, I didn't know about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, but they end up, like, these different varieties, they end up having to develop for it for like 10 years, like years and years.
Right. Yeah.
Like, Yakima Chief is one of the ones that do their experimental ones. And they have like different, like, they crossbreed it. They don't do anything. They just like, oh, this strain looks different. And then
Right. Like it'll be experimental strain 44, 62 for.
Actually, Cigar City for a while had like single hop, like smash beers.
Mhm.
So single hopped, single malt beers that were just like, oh, this is experiment number
That's really
59. Like,
So let me ask you guys, what burns your bacon? Jose, what burns your bacon?
shit.
Go ahead, take a sip. Still thinking.
What burns my bacon? Yeah, another thing with cars, dude. Fucking running out of gas when you're on your way to work.
Did this happen to you recently?
I didn't completely run out of gas, but you noticed oh fuck, I forgot to fill in my tank.
Like the light came on?
Yeah, the light came on and it's like...
That's a weekly thing for me, man. I push my car to the limit. To the limit. I see that gas light on, I'm like, you know what? I can go to work for 2 more days off this.
The thing is that I don't know where that limit is, so I don't...
Well, okay,
I get about 20, 30 miles once the light comes on.
I'm going to tell you
Serious?
something.
It's that much?
I get that much.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've gone, one time in my life, I pushed it to the limit where it actually died. And I had to have family come bring me some gas.
Yeah, I ran out of gas once on Lejeune, just south of Bird Road. I had to walk to the mobile on US 1 to get gas.
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's
The
not-
thing is that when
you were
me
lucky
and
you were right
Dave
there,
run
yeah.
out of gas, we're running out of gas practically in the middle of the Everglades. So there's nothing out there for miles, and it's fuck.
So now I know, if the gas light comes on, I know I can make it home. I know I can make it to work. It's just after the end of the day, after the gas light comes on, I really need to get some gas.
Yeah, and where we work, out there in the middle of the woods, practically,
It's cheaper though.
It's cheaper, but it's dark as shit.
Oh yeah, I'd say it was
What
like
are you guys getting?
$1.92.
Oh, nice.
$192, really?
Yeah.
That is really cheap.
Damn.
Yeah.
it's really cheap.
Yeah, I paid $1.99 the other day. I was excited.
I saw $199 by Marlins Park.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's where I live. By.
Yeah.
For me, I have to say, what burns my bacon this week, just bought another motorcycle, and I love it. Great gas mileage. It's economical. Totally a smart move. Not stupid at all. I actually bought it down the street from here on 36th Street, right by Miami Velvet, which we discussed in the last episode. It was so funny. It was so surreal. To be going to this place just days after we talked about that place on air. I'm like,
Tell me you wanted to go in, right?
oh hell yeah, but it was closed. It was a Saturday, the day after New Year's Day. I just wanted to go in and get write a check, walk out with a motorcycle. I was like, Miami Velvet. There's someone sitting on the table smoking a cigarette. I want to go talk to them. Know what the inside's like. Is it true?
The inside of them or the place?
The place. Do they really have antibacterial stations all over? Like their Yelp reviews
We
say.
gotta confirm this.
Have we
Maybe
gotten a
we,
response from them if we can do our podcast there?
Have you gotten permission from your wife?
I don't know.
No.
You don't
No.
think she would be
No
down?
on both accounts.
No, that would be a no.
Unless she was. Now, what if, do you think she'd let you do it if she was on the episode?
No.
Uh,
I seriously doubt it.
Well, she'll
I
listen
doubt
to
it.
this, and next time we record, I'm sure we'll have an answer for you guys, for your listening audience. But for me, what burns my bacon is, I hadn't ridden a motorcycle in probably 3 years, and it's just like driving a car with a clutch after not driving it for a while. You gotta get used to it. However, as within 3 minutes of me getting on the bike, I was almost sideswiped by a vehicle. My first reaction was, "You motherfucker! I want to kick your car." The other part of me was, "Oh, well, it's good to be back on a bike because that shit happens all the time." I can't. Today I was almost sideswiped. Going to work 3 times,
God damn.
maybe 4. I don't think that person really meant to do it. I think they were just busy on their phone. But usually people, I mean, please look out for other motorists when you drive,
Yeah.
because, I mean,
yeah, no, I don't like getting behind people on motorcycles because if they fall or whatever, I don't want.
well, they're
like,
they're not gonna fall off their bike unless they're like really, really hammered. But what happens is when you see
And
that
I don't
I want
cross
to pass
into
this
their lane.
person, and so as soon as you can't see, the motorcyclist isn't making themselves visible, which is their fault. They you need to be as visible as possible. They just want to immediately get past someone and try and cut someone off so they can go faster. And usually, I mean, where was I? I was leaving somewhere, and a lady almost ran into me. And she looked at me. I mean, we were 3 feet from each other. And she looked at me, put her hand up like, oh my God, I can't believe I almost ran you over. And then she kept driving. It was like, oh my God, I almost ran someone over. I almost killed them. Crazy. And she just kept going. That's what burns my bacon. Look out for motorcyclists.
Yeah.
Dan, what burns your bacon?
Oh man, it's I'm trying to think because I can't really come up with anything.
I think
now.
what Dan is doing to Dave is doing to Dan right now is really burning his bacon.
Nah, this
No,
is-
not really. Not really. He's into that kind of shit.
I don't give a fuck. I'll play along.
One person's bacon is another person's ham.
Well, actually, before we continue, we're on the final beer of the night. We'll come back to Dan. Think a little bit.
Thank you.
This one's brought to you guys by me. It's Dragon's Milk by New Holland Brewing out of Holland, Michigan. It's 11%. It's delicious. It's aged in oak barrels, and those barrels they make bourbon out of first, so it should be just say bourbon barrel, but they decided to say oak barrel. So we had cedar and oak tonight, bourbon with Wakefield. Different type of barrel aged beers. It's delicious. It's good. Got a little bit of caramel to it. Definitely can taste some milk. A little bit of booziness.
Yeah, I get the caramel and the vanilla. It's nice.
Yeah, man, good stuff.
Yeah, we usually don't get it down here. We have to go up north usually to find
Yeah,
these.
yeah. And that's one of the things when I do visit family up north, I always bring back Dragon's Milk because it's very good.
Another easy drinking barrel aged beer, back to back.
Yeah, exactly. What's the ABV on this one?
11.
11.
Jesus Christ, really? It doesn't taste that
They
strong.
upped it after I think after 2014. They upped it from like 10 something to 11%.
I'm surprised, man. It doesn't taste like an 11. It
Yes,
tastes.
these are one of the beers that I'm actually also vintaging, like cellaring under the closet. Lechita de Dragon.
So, pretty good beer, guys. I don't know what you think.
I like it.
No, I like it. I like it. They also have the other varieties of it. I know I have one bottle of the raspberry one that I haven't cracked open.
Ooh, that sounds.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty
they do a lot of treatments to this beer.
Cool.
They don't come down here, but you can get them up north Michigan easily.
Raspberry with this sounds awesome. Like, I want to try that.
I believe it's pronounced raspberries.
Yeah, I guess. We'll talk about it next Wednesday.
Wednesday. How else do you pronounce it?
Yeah, that's how you do it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But unfortunately, today is Thursday.
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 Thursday. It's not an O, it's a U. It's
No, but
Thursday.
It's dedicated to Thor.
The Norse god of lightning.
Not in America, it's not.
That's because they're kind of angry about the Vikings and whatever. But
Yeah.
They got here first. Take
No, they
that.
didn't.
Take that, Columbus.
Pilgrims got here first. Everyone knows that.
Oh shit.
So we'll come back to Dan.
No, I got something.
Oh, okay. What burns your bacon, Dan? What, you can tell us?
Yeah, I
What
got
burns your
something.
bacon?
I got something.
You'll say something?
the fuck up.
I got two now.
Exactly. No, but really, as I've mentioned in the past couple of weeks, I did start this new job about 3-4 weeks ago, and I'm going to use something semi-related to that for my Burns My Bacon line. So these first couple of weeks is obviously just doing basic training and stuff. I'm going to be doing sales and service for people traveling on celebrity cruises, and I'm in basically a new class of maybe like 20 people that they hired around the same time, and I guess maybe the ages range from like 23 to about like 40, and Jesus, man, like some of these fucking people, like I don't know if they think it's cute to act stupid or what it is, but some of these bitches are just retarded. And I don't know if,
Oh my God, is this a drinking ship?
no, I mean, I don't mean, the people that I would be dealing with. I mean, the people I'd be
Your
working.
coworkers don't know you do a podcast, do they?
Some of them do. And I don't give a fuck if they hear it.
As a whole, Beer Bros BS does not represent each individual member's what
Oh,
burns their
absolutely.
bacon.
This is my personal opinion. It does not mean anything regarding the company or the Beer Bros and BS brand. This is Daniel Converse's personal opinion.
You can find him at Dan12Con, all handles.
And I'm not disparaging the brand. I just think that some
Some
of the
bitches?
some bitches be bitches, dude.
Yeah, some of these bitches dumb.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Bitches be tripping.
Yes.
Bitches be cray.
BBC, dude. BBC. But really, like, fuck, dude. I think they think it's cute to act dumb. I really do.
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear it all the
It,
time. too.
honestly, I am surprised that, like, they hired some of these fucking people. Like, there's some bitches in there that could barely speak English. There's, like, I don't get it, dude. I'm just, I'm
Maybe they just
fucking
came into their
surprised.
country. I don't know.
But no, like, these are just supposed to be for, like, English speakers. They have another office, like another department for the Spanish line, you know?
Oh, I see.
And so we're all supposed to be doing just English calls, like when people call in. Cause, you know, they hit one already before it gets transferred to us, basically. And, yeah, some of these people are morons.
Since we're
I'm sorry. May I read to you the second sentence in The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald?
If you must.
Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, he told me, just remember that all the people in the world haven't had the advantages that you've had.
You know what? That also reminds me of another book.
Fuck you.
No, that's a great line. That is a great line, and it reminds me of another book.
It's called Learn as an English book, bitch.
No. It's, oh, fuck. I can't remember the name. Hold on. Wow, that was...
We'll come back to Dan's.
No, I got it, bro.
Got
That was a fucking fail on my part. But yeah, there's the book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
Yeah, by Dale
yeah,
Carnegie.
nobody thinks they're the bad guy.
But it does kind of remind me of stuff that he would talk about in that book, too.
I can see that.
You know, yeah.
Use compassion. I'm pretty sure chapter, the 10th principle was, find compassion or use compassion.
It may or may not.
Because I'm actually reading that book right now. I'm not even kidding you on that.
Damn. All right, that's cool.
I read that
Yeah.
book years ago.
Yeah.
It's good to reread it, though.
It
It's
is.
a good book.
Yeah.
Compassion, Dan.
Yeah.
But fuck the bitches.
But fuck the bitches?
But fuck the bitches.
I believe my butt had one T. I believe there was just one T in my butt. But if the shoe fits.
Or the T, for that matter.
Shit.
You said the D? The D fits?
D.
Because Dan loves the D. Stop laughing real quick. He's like, fuck you.
You see, you just made the situation better from bitches burning his bacon to him fucking bitches in the butt.
And loving the D. Okay. Alex, what burns your bacon?
Well, I have a story. It's a story about a guy who works in the RAW, and he left work at 5:30 today, and on his way home, he decided he was going to take a certain route. So, as he approaches 82nd Avenue,
I feel like this is an inside joke. It's about to be opened up.
as he approaches 82nd Avenue, he notices that the traffic is really backed up. So he's like, I got an idea. I'm going to head south, and I'm going to cut around to 79th Avenue, and then try to go north there. Bad idea. It was backed up even more. So this same guy, he's sitting in traffic, and he's sitting behind a red Isuzu pickup truck. Now, he remembers this because he was behind it for 30 minutes. So it's not until about 6 o'clock that he decides, well, you know what? I'm going to cut back to 78th Avenue and try to cut around all these people and get to the front of the line so he could finally get on 36 and get home. So he cuts through it. He goes through a whole obstacle course. You know, I don't know if you guys know about Doral, but the streets are all, you know, potholed up from all the trucks that drive through
There's
there.
potholes in traffic.
Yeah, everywhere. It's terrible. And then these potholes also get filled up with water, so then you can't even see them. It's a damn obstacle course. So the guy gets through all of that, endures all of it, just to find out that he has to wait in line again to get back to 79th Avenue. So now it's already like 6:15. And once he finally cuts back into traffic on 79th Avenue, he recognizes the car in front of him. It's a red fucking Isuzu pickup truck. So after all of that, he's right back where he fucking started. Finally gets out of the route around 6:20. And then he gets home by 6:25. Fucking explain that. It was just getting out of the route. Oh, and that guy was me.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was one little thing missing from that.
Dude, no lie, my mother-in-law was here down here for over Christmas, and
Your mother-in-law burns your bacon.
no, she does not. But
This is burns your bacon. You brought up your mother-in-law.
no,
I'm just saying.
But
It's
the
understandable if
route
it was.
traffic burnt her bacon. So because
Doral in general.
she's like, oh, I just went out to get the groceries. Why am I stuck in traffic for an hour? Like, seriously, like, you just go down 3 blocks, you come back, and you're stuck in traffic for an hour if you don't know the area.
Yeah, it's like a fucking black hole, man. It's a black hole of cars.
Well, I mean, no one wants to take public transportation, and I can't blame
What
them.
is that? Like,
But it's that neighborhood in particular. I get the traffic sucks here, but it sucks especially in Doral.
I think it sucks everywhere.
It does.
'Cause I drive all over the county, and there are many places it sucks.
David, 45 minutes to go. I work on, I didn't tell you. I work on 33rd and 82nd. 45 minutes to get to 36 and 79.
Bro, just walk.
I could have walked it.
Just
I
walk.
should just park on the other side of the Palmetto and walk.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
Reyes,
I used to work in Miami Beach.
can I offer you a
To go
solution?
to go from First and Alton to the convention center, it took me an hour and 45 minutes.
Are you fucking
Fuck
serious?
that.
You remember you took me back to my car?
Yeah.
I had to park further from the convention center where I had to do some outreach
Yeah.
and walk about a mile to the convention center in the middle of 4th of July weekend.
Oh.
So,
Right, but that's like tourist traffic.
yeah,
You got tourist traffic.
but that's,
But this is every work day, man. Every fucking work.
well,
You know what would be awesome?
every day was traffic, tourist day in Miami Beach.
Yeah.
I mean, it got to a point where I was like, I don't care. I'm not waking up earlier to come in. If it takes me 2 hours to get to work, then I'm not, I'm not leaving my house before 8 a.m. to get here at 9. I'm not leaving my house at 7. I cannot do that.
And that's the crazy thing too, because like, let's say if I were to get on the road at like 4:55, it would only take me like maybe 20 minutes to get out of there. But those like 25, 35 minutes make all the difference. Even if I were to get on the road at 5 or 5:05, like there was a line to get out of the parking lot of the building where I work. Like it's
apart
horrible.
from the fact that it almost looks like in Miami nobody fucking works because there's always fucking cars everywhere.
Yeah, there's
The
always
middle,
fucking cars.
at 2 in the afternoon on a Wednesday, there's people fucking everywhere.
Yeah, the expressways are packed.
Yeah.
Why? Like, go to work, people.
No, man, they're illegal. They can't get jobs.
Well, shit. Well, how the fuck are you driving a car then?
This is
like,
Texas.
No, actually, they could get jobs if they're illegal. It's man, they could cut grass and shit.
yeah,
They could do something.
progress.
Something. No, for real. There's shit they could do.
So let me ask you guys, what was your favorite beer of the night?
Wow, actually, this is a tough one today, man. I mean, we got all good. These are all porters. Erdo's Chocovesa is a stout, right?
Yeah, Choco is a milk stout.
You know, we all got basically all porters and one stout. They're all pretty similar in a way. I'm partial to the one I brought, the Zmice, but they're all really good and all pretty different.
Dan, which one?
Zmice,
Which one?
the Wakefield one.
Can you say it louder?
Zmice.
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 Schmice.
Zmice.
Yes, Zmice. Correct.
The mice?
Zmice? No.
The mice.
Yeah, Zmice.
Ja,
Schmeiß.
das ist gut.
Yeah, das ist gut.
Schmeiß.
Ja.
Und Picks.
Unzbecks. Yeah, that was, we ended everything when we were in Germany with Unzbecks. They look at us like, what'd you say?
We were in fucking Germany and we were ordering drinks and we're like, Augustin the Franciscan Unzbecks. And the guy's like, okay, yeah, Unzbecks.
And we're like, what was it in we were in Berlin and we're like, drei Berliner. So we ordered all 3 of the Berliners that they had at the hotel. And then I don't know who said it, like Unzbecks. And he's like, yeah, we have Becks.
Yeah.
And we're like, holy
I
shit.
I threw it in
we're
there.
like, fuck yeah, it was it you?
Yeah.
I remember I had one at the end. I was like, fuck yeah, I have to order a Becks in Germany then.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, Unzbecks.
And he was like, okay. He didn't even think it was like a joke or nothing. He was, yeah.
Meanwhile, I would have been like, una llave.
La llave.
La llave. That would have been like, what?
They probably would understand that too.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. They speak a lot of languages there.
Un diable.
Oh, well.
So, what was your
For
favorite
me,
beer?
favorite beer, definitely the Wakefield Zmice Baltic style porter aged in bourbon barrels. It was fantastic. Really enjoyed that one.
I enjoyed the Dragon's Milk. Dragon's Milk is
I think I have to agree with you on that. I don't know. It's
like
either
the
between
bourbon.
Dragon's Milk or
or
some
just
ice.
mice. Yeah.
Dude, we've got a tie. What the fuck, man? That's That's odd. We don't usually do that.
Dragon's
Have we ever had a tie before?
No, because for
Usually
quite a
we
while
had
we
an
had
odd
5
number.
people.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
Tiebreaker.
So do we? What do we do now?
Flip a coin for $1 billion.
Oh, no.
You know what we do.
We search
You know what we do,
Wait.
man.
Flip a
Blind
bottle-
tasting of each
Oh, I would
one.
love to do
Well,
it.
I don't think there's
flip a
enough of
bottle
that.
cap.
Do we have enough to do a blind tasting of each one?
Probably not. I don't think we have enough time to do that either.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
But we could
After
tweet out the
hours.
result after we post the show.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that idea and I will support it.
So as always, fans, listener,
Singular,
listener,
you know who you are.
thanks for listening to this. You're a great sport. As always, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Beer Bros BS. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/Beer Bros BS. Untapped, Beer Bros BS. Email us any of your questions, comments, jokes, lottery number picks. beerbrosbs@gmail.com. You can find everything on our website, beerbrosbs.com. As always, you can find the podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, and
Podcast Addict.
for Android. As always, I'm Dave, the Big Librarian. You can find me also contributing on toughgnarl.com.
This is Jose.
This is Alex.
And I am Daniel.
All right, good night, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, another one.
Don't break my glass.